When terrible news about Joanna changed everything, Chip and Joanna Gaines' beautiful world of dreams and shiplap was cast in shadow. The public revelation of a private conflict left Chip Gaines and millions of admirers heartbroken and wondering what would happen. This surprise would force a decision that shattered their dominion. In late 2022, Joanna Gaines revealed her recovery after an unexpected back surgery. Not a trivial issue. It was tied to a chronic spinal issue that just kept getting worse. She shared a hospital bed selfie on Instagram regarding her recuperation. The beloved designer showed his fragile and human side in this moment. Fans spotted Joanna, strong creative force behind their enterprise, in a hospital bed. This contrasted with her typical enthusiastic self who moved quickly through restoration tasks. The jokester and energetic Chip was unable to mend or paint. He was near a hospital bed, facing something beyond his capacity. News upset him severely. This moment showed their internal problems contrasted with their public image of effortless prosperity. The public had come to view them as ideal. This event revealed a more frail reality, evoking great empathy from their followers. Fans supported her with remarks and tears, feeling a great connection to their favorite couple going through a terrible period. Joanna's health concern halted their plans completely. Chip had to examine his life, business, and priorities. Drake, Ella, Duke, Emmy, and their team needed him more than ever, as did Joanna. This event sent a powerful message, making them rethink their demanding work-life balance and prioritize family and personal well-being over their fast-growing businesses. Their choice shocked many and changed their famed empire. Choice based on careful reflection on what mattered. Joanna Lee Stevens was born April 1978 in Wichita. Her heritage is Korean-Lebanese-German. She felt out of place in Kansas and Austin as a child. As a teenager, her family moved to Waco, Texas. Jerry Stevens, her industrious U.S. father, Army vet, started Firestone Tire Shop. Nan quietly reared Joanna and her siblings, preserving Korean traditions in a society that ignored them. Joanna was bullied for her features as a child, which lasted. In Waco, something changed. She finally found her groove and was voted homecoming queen, possibly by stopping to strive so hard. Baylor University educated Joanna in communications. Shiplap and open-concept kitchens were not her desire. She wanted to report news on camera. She interned at Waco TV and radio stations and studied in Nick for a semester, working behind the scenes with Dan Rather at 48 Hours. She spoke softly but had much ambition. She looked destined for broadcast journalism, far from home repairs. Then something unexpected happened. Met Chip Gaines. He recognized her when he entered her dad's Firestone Tire Shop in 2001 after seeing her in advertisements. They started dating. Chip's hour-and-a-half lateness and lack of apology nearly ruined their first date. Joanna, who favored quieter men, believed Chip was nuts with his grandiose business ideas. Because Chip and his roommate wagered on who could wait longer to call their dates back, their second date was delayed for months. Despite these challenges, Joanna found she liked Chip's vision of an unexplored world, which helped her understand her own potential. This near stranger revealed a new side of her. Chip proposed after a year together. He shocked her by claiming to take her to a concert but drove her to a shopping center to propose and let her design her engagement ring. Surprises continued with their families waiting at dinner to congratulate them. 2 years after meeting, they married in Waco in 2003. In an instant, Joanna went from broadcast journalism to house flipping. Initial business was small. Waco dwellings were repaired. Their little retail company, Magnolia Market, sold Joanna-style home products in 2003, the year they married. Comfortable simplicity, neutral tones, rustic textures. Joanna blogged their improvements. These were simple, emotional articles about paint colors, flooring, and family. This honest openness about their lives and work caught attention, not a polished business plan. People loved Joanna's honest account of their adventure. Developing an approachable relationship, the Magnolia brand was built on this personal touch. Small blog entries started something huge. A High Noon Entertainment executive saw her writing and asked her and Chip to shoot a sizzle trailer to sell a show. Fixer Upper debuted on HGTV in May 2013 from that reel. It began a full season in April 2014. No one expected what followed. fixed upper exploded. Joanna's farmhouse elegance, shiplap walls, barn doors, and claw footpaths captivated millions. Her designs weren't garish. They whispered home, safety, and comfort. This emotional connection to her works beyond aesthetics explains the show's huge popularity. By 2018, Zillow discovered that Joanna-style homes sold about 30% more than predicted. That's influence and power. Waco changed too. What was once a quiet, overlooked community is now a destination. Magnolia Market at the Silos, cupcakes from the bakery, and Joanna and Chip's world were what fans flew in to experience. After television, the show's economic and cultural influence made their goal a national phenomenon. They continued building. Magnolia Journal, a thoughtful, honest, attractive lifestyle magazine, debuted in 2016. Joanna launched Magnolia Collection Hearth in Hand with Target in 2017, about 300 bedding and kitchenware items in retailers nationwide. February 2019 saw an anthropology collaboration. Not satisfied, they created a coffee shop, restaurant, bakery, and television network. Let that sink in, their network. Magnolia Network, which would replace DIY, was teased in April 2020. The launch occurred on January 5, 2022. The revival featured Fixer Upper Welcome Home, the Castle in 2022, and the Hotel in 2023. Chip Gaines certainly didn't anticipate that millions would watch him turn derelict properties into dream homes on national television. The path to Magnolia was crooked and full of false starts. His family moved to Colleyville, Texas when Chip was 8. He developed his baseball rhythm at Grapevine High School, playing second and third base and dreaming big. Still pursuing baseball, he attended Northlake College. That moment arrived. Mickey Sullivan, a Baylor scout, recognized him. A break like that alters everything. Not always. The rug was lifted when Chip transferred to Baylor for his sophomore year. After Mickey Sullivan retired, Chip was cut from the squad without his support. Chip refused to fold. He graduated from Baylor in 1998 with a degree in business administration and eventually started flipping properties. Chip was hammering nails and turning old properties into profit while most college students were struggling. Early in his 20s, he owned a gardening company and a wash and fold laundry business with friends. A project that produced almost $30,000 profit felt like a big accomplishment at the time, exhibiting his early entrepreneurial enthusiasm. In 2001, things changed again. Met Joanna Stevens. 2 years later, they married. That cooperation built an empire. Instead of flipping houses, they built something grander. Chip contributed business drive, risk-taking, and restoration experience, while Joanna brought aesthetic vision and approachable storytelling. The combination of their talents creates a formidable brand identity. Their marriage drove their professional advancement as well as their personal closeness. Back then, there were no cameras or fans, just a husband and wife doing up homes in Waco, Texas, managing a small crew and up to 30 contractors. Without the spotlight, imagine perspiration, sawdust, and stubbornness. Next came Fixer Upper. Season 1 premiered in April 2014 after a May 2013 pilot. A few years later, the show was a cultural sensation. When the last season premiered in November 2017 and Joanna were famous, it went beyond TV celebrity. Fixer Upper revolutionized design. Now everyone wants farmhouse chic. Shiplap sold, barn doors boomed. Zillow said that show-style homes sold for 30% higher than projected, and Waco changed. A visionary pair turned rehabilitation into narrative, turning a Texas village into a tourist attraction. It hasn't been all sunshine and home decor. A 2016 criticism of the Gaines family's affiliation with Antioch Community Church, an evangelical church whose pastor backed conversion therapy and opposed same-sex marriage. Quick, sharp, public backlash. For a business known for comfort and family values, this dispute threatened its public image and fan trust. In 2017, they settled with the EPA for violating lead paint safety requirements during renovations. The $40,000 fine, public apology, and commitment to improve were theirs. Drake, Ella, Duke, Emmy, and crew are her children with Chip. Their lives are usually quiet and secure. From hopeful journalist to mother, businesswoman, designer, and author, Joanna has changed. Her works include bestsellers, memoirs, cuisine, children's books, and a home design guide. Their family and marriage often trumped their successful business. Joanna has said that in their 20 years of marriage, they have had periods when all hope was gone and things were out of their control. Chip said that they have had their problems, but they are happily aligned and have always supported each other. When challenges arose, they worked together as a team. Before marriage, Chip and Joanna agreed that their relationship was everything. They didn't want to redline or sprint so hard after a desire or goal to ignore their marriage and family. This was a major reason they ended Fixer Upper in 2017 at its pinnacle. After praying, they decided it was best for their family, even if it endangered their business and Waco's economy. Reliable sources denied Chip's 2017 heart attack rumors. Chip has had other health issues. He admitted to being 20 pounds overweight and had ankle tendonitis while training for his first marathon. Despite being encouraged to quit the marathon for a shorter race, he is not constructed that way. He discovered that failing was part of the process and that he would achieve his goals even while injured. That calm broke in December 2022. Joanna had extensive back surgery for a long-standing spinal condition. She got a microdiscectomy for a herniated spine disc. This was her second procedure. Her body sent a tremendous message to rest and reevaluate. Joanna hurt her in high school cheerleading during a basket toss. This injury has plagued her since. The initial microdiscectomy she had in 2001, when she was dating Chip, prompted her to cancel their second date. The 2022 operation was on another disc but was similar. Her persistent and repeated injury shows that her body was warning her that her high-pressure, high-output lifestyle may be unsustainable. The 2022 surgery before the holidays was stressful for Joanna, who remarked that her back always acts up at the worst times. Joanna's recovery had silver linings. She appreciated the forced respite during the busiest season. She termed it a gift to sit motionless, marvel at the world, and be still. All her projects overwhelmed Joanna in 2021, the year before her second operation. She decided to prioritize her health. She noted that an empty well cannot survive a drought and had to find a way out of the grind. She focused on soul-nourishing pursuits like reading, gardening, cooking, and nature. She found that investing in oneself increased her giving. The back urges Joanna to slow down when she forgets her lesson. Imagine Chip, known for his enthusiasm, quips, and hands-on fixership in strange country, not on a job site, not in front of a camera, but by a hospital bed. The fixer was shaken when he couldn't fix it with paint and power equipment. This contrast forced Chip into a passive supportive position by contrasting his public and private selves. Joanna's health scare halted their preparations. Chip had to examine his life, business, and priorities. The kids, Drake, Ella, Duke, Emmy, and the crew, needed him more than ever. Joanna did too. Joanna's vulnerability sparked Chip's life-changing decision. Chip did the unthinkable. He left the camera's spotlight and empire they had built. This was hard. They never intended to end Fixer Upper in Magnolia's public presence. The hardship of this option emphasizes his sacrifice and emotional and professional cost. He did it why? Family is sometimes the only thing that matters. This was no longer business. Love, survival, and slowing down before life got harder were the themes. Their story continues. Magnolia Network's longevity is a tribute to their universe. Fixer Upper Welcome Home, the castle and the Hotel Air. Hotel 1928 in Waco, Texas, was a statement project opened in 2023. A reminder that they keep developing and dreaming despite life's challenges. However, many are privately wondering what happens to the brand without Chip's visible presence. The big concern keeping folks up at night is whether this can survive without Chip. Chip and Joanna seem to be focusing on family, home, and the life they've always valued most rather than the next big launch. That bustle may wear anyone down after years of filmmaking, corporate expansions, and public attention. Joanna admits that her pandemonium has grown unpleasant and plans to reduce her Magnolia workload. Even if it's uncomfortable, she's reflecting and finding clarity. She wants to be ready for her children's college departures. Chip and Joanna Gaines show that behind every spotlight is a genuine family fighting real problems and making tough choices with grace. Their narrative reveals that legacy is based on love, support, and family, not fame or riches. Whether saying farewell or taking a break, love, resilience, and family always come first.